Good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we are on the day number 11, and today is the last day of our class as well. So, in the last week, in the last class, we discussed about this portion, that is solution validation. Uh, we were on sorry, this one, this one, and we discuss about three things, that is how to measure the solution performance, how to analyze it, and then we discuss about the how to assess the solution limitations. And now the next part is that once you get the solution one, we have to see that what are the limitations from the enterprise perspective, from the organization perspective, because it is not always easy, or it is not always I can say the fact that the solution which are building or which are built is always fit. There is some limitations which is coming from the organization or enterprise perspective, and in this we are here, this one. In this, the definitions or the purpose says that in the assessing the limitation for enterprise, we merely concentrate that what are the external factors which impact, or I don't know, impact, but okay. So how I can say basically, so in the assess solution, assess enterprise limitation, we determine the factors internal to the solution. They look like external, but they're not actually external factors. They are internal to look like to the internal factors only, which can impact the full value. Now, see, external, I can say that market conditions, recession are the external factors. But what about the external but look like to the internal? It can be culture, work culture, or the organization culture. So in this particular part, we are going to be identify the root cause of those factors which can impact the solution, either solution adoption, either solution building, either solution full value realization as well. So the main thing which is important is that if you see implemented the constructed solution externally, means in this I can say the solution already exists, but due to some reasons that solution may or may not be fully operational. I am already using the Excel sheet for my incident management. Solution is there, the steps are there, the process is there, but it is not fully utilized. Someone is using Excel, someone is not using Excel sheet even. What is the current state and what the solution performance analysis says in the last step? And when we are evaluating, when we are doing this task, assess enterprise limitations, number one, what is important element here? For the limitation. Number one is identify internal solution component dependency. Means dependency. What this mean? That how are the component level I'm saying have a dependency with each other, which can impact the performance. Like if I give example that there is some when I'm building a solution, there is some component which I'm using from the finance and something I'm using on the legal perspective as well. Now they are the internal component dependency. Finance is not supporting to me. Finance is sorry, this is a financial data we cannot share. We cannot allow. Then how I can build or how I can use my my solution fully. In my incident record or in my change record or in my project management record, I need some data from the finance, but finance is not giving the data to me. Then it is a internal component dependency. Nothing on the solution. Even the finance already have that some solution, but they don't want to share with me as a IT. So we have to find out that is there an internal blockage, an internal limitation. If you get this part, then we investigate solution problem. Means why finance don't want to give the data to us. It is security reason, it is compliance reason, it is just their ego reason that due to this their department will be not much in the limelights always. What is the reason behind that? Because in this part it is also important that solution is consistently and repeatedly producing the ineffective solutions. Now I build a solution for the project management where I need a support from the finance, and due to finance data is not fully available due to internal dependency. Now my solution is not giving the proper or effective results. So we have to find out the reasons. It it might be some access issue as well internally. And then to analyze that problem, that why the ineffective results are coming, and find out the reason behind that. That is what the investigate solution problem. Now, once you get the investigation part, then you can go for the impact assessment. We got the dependency, we got the problem. Now we are going to be investigate this. That if this is not happening or not happen, then how it is going to be impact my solution overall. And it can be on the operational level assessment, it can be on the qualitative level, or it can be quantitative level. Any level you can see that how this is going to be impact, and impact can be plus and minus in both cases. Definitely in this case, there is no plus, always a minus impact. But in this step, in this element, we are going to be investigate, or we need to be investigate that what are the impact of this assessment. And this will tell you the exact limitations. This will tell you the exact limitations that where or what are the dependencies, what are the problem root cause are here. And to find this out information, we can use the guidelines business objective change strategy, that how frequently the studies are changing? What is the future state? Because I'm looking for the 5 years or 10 years, 5 years at least solution. So after 5 years, or sorry, when the solution will be built, what is the future state for my incident management or the change management or the project management? I'm looking for that solution perspective. And once you get this, you can see, you can reach to the recommended action to increase solution value. Now I have a limitations. How to overcome this limitation to increase the solution value? Because in this step, if you find out, if you see solution evaluation, to evaluate the solution on the different parameters, and now we are reaching on the recommended action. That okay, dependencies are there, that's fine. How we can overcome that dependency? We have an access solution limitation, that's fine, but how we can, sorry, how we can overcome the solution limitations? And in this case, we are going to be represent the recommended actions. That what action a organization, what action a BA, what action a stakeholder need to be do. And in this enterprise limitation, the major stakeholder is your customer, because that is going to be impact a lot. Due to your internal dependencies, the system, the solution will not work 100%, and that is going to be impact the customer directly. It can impact my testing team as well, because they're not able to do the full end-to-end testing. And in the last step, we are going to be assess the actions, recommended actions. Now, in this case, what is be happening mainly? So as the name indicate that after seeing the limitations of the both solution plus enterprise, we have to be go for the recommended action. So you can see both limitations are there. If you want to travel from UK to US by walk, we have limitations. So what is the recommended action? Due to GDPR, due to compliance, there are limitations on our change management or incident management process. But there must be some solution as well. Might be training, might be automation, might be interface, something should be there. So in this, we identify in this step recommended action, we already identified that what are the components or the factors that are making a difference between potential value and the actual value. So, and we have to find out, or we have to be give a recommendation that how we can overcome these two problems, so that we can go for full value. We can get the actual value, not the full value. Actually, we can get the actual value on this particular part. Definitely to do this particular part, two things is important: solution limitation and the enterprise limitation. Now, what are the elements which we should consider while designing this or while working on this task? Number one, adjust solution measure. What this mean? The way you are evaluating, the way you are measuring the performance of a solution We need to be adjust that. Means it is not always required that what we are measuring from the solution perspective is always on the technical side. We have to be see that is this solution performance measure is aligned with the business strategy and the goal as well. That is important. Means see, if I ask 10 questions to all of you, and if I say out of 10, let's say Angela gave me 9 answers, and for the same question Vidusha gave me the 5 answers. But I said, Vidusha, you know better than Angela. Angela says, Atul, come on, I give the 9 answers. The reason can be because in that 9 answers, maybe you're not giving me the facts, immediate facts, where Vidusha give me the facts in the 5 questions. So because my intention is not to be know that, not the answers, my intention to be know that what are the facts about these 10 questions. So that is what we have to be adjust the solution performance, and how this will be happen. I have to be tell upfront that this is my first criteria to evaluate the solution. So that is the first part. Second part, recommendation. See, it is easy to say that do this thing, do this thing, do this thing. I know that someone says, Atul, your timings are very odd for us. Midnight, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. What I recommended, I recommend, guys, it is just for a few days. If you can wake up a late, it will be good. But what is actually recommendation? Number 1, do nothing. So in the recommendation, the first part says do nothing. Means which is running. Don't participate, don't act on this one. But that is wrong. Or why we are saying that do nothing is that when you know that the value you are getting or the value you are looking for is already low. Okay, and the effort to make change in that particular part is more, then do nothing. ठीक है, I'm already expert in service now. I already working as a business analyst. If I did not attend this batch every day, that's not going to impact me much. Or the value is getting low, but no, you have to wake up at least 3 hours. I have a 3-hour class daily. The effort to make a change is more. So generally, it on the business that what you want. Do you want to do something or do nothing? No, leave it. Efforts are benefits are very low. Efforts are more. Leave it like this. That's the first recommendation. Second, organizational changes. Means, and it is a recommendation, sometime to implement. If you notice from the last few years, 4-5 years, there's a lot of people says on the LinkedIn or the social media or the this job sites basically, due to the my org restructure, my job get laid off or I lost my job. This is what the first step in the organization change. that you redefine or you recommend to the business to be redefine the complete structure of your organization. There are the 5 MDs, which is not required. Just 2 MDs or 1 MD will be work out for you. There are 10 senior managers, not required. So you can do the organization change so that it is easy for you to be implement the solution. More people can create a more problem. So better reduce the people and get the buying easily. So many cooks spoil the food. Same thing. If you remove the cook, not everybody, if you limited the cook, food will be good because not multiple brains are there. So we can recommend for the organization changes. In the organization changes, we can say automate or simplifying the people. Sorry, we can simplify the things so that people can perform. That is the number one part. Second, sometimes people says, I don't have access for the information. So due to org change, we can see that how the information to, sorry, access to the information can be increased. So that everybody or anybody who want, he or she can get the access to that information, to the data, so that they can analyze, they can work, they can use. Third recommendation, sometime design look like very bad, which means that reduce interface complexity. Make it simple, easy to use, clicks, so that my agent or my user can use a platform, use a system easily. So if I say, sometimes I think that as sometimes I use iPhone, I think this interface is very busy, very complex to be understand. So third recommendation, try to make the interface easy, not much heavy, clear, crisp. Then there are some cases, there are some places where you asking for the information, duplicate information. It means eliminate the redundancy. Duplicacy. It can be at the component level, it can be at the interface level, it can be at the some solution level as well. Almost all my stakeholder groups are using the solutions, but they're using the different solution for the same thing. Let's make it as a one. Let's make it as standardize. Consolidate and standardize. So that we can read, because more solutions, more maintenance, more problems, more discussions, more interfaces, and more thoughts. If you can reduce that solutions, so any customer who purchase service now, let's say they have a thought in their mind, I want to be remove my legacy tools. I have 25 or 26 or 28 legacy tool. I want to be remove everything and bring on a one, because they want to be eliminate the complete redundancy in the system. Then you can see that what are the additional capabilities we can add. Identify additional capabilities, what we can add in the system. And then there are something from the retire solution. तो बताना है, everything has been done. This from the design, development, everything has been done. Maintenance, now you have to retire as well. And this is again the recommended action that okay, after the downline of the 5 years, when the GDPR will be fully implemented, the solution will be no longer required. Retire the solution. When you retire it, when the ongoing cost is getting more than the investment, definitely it's a common sense. When the expenses are going high and benefits are going less, then you say no, this is not longer required now. That is the first part. Second part is your opportunity cost. So first is investment cost versus your benefit cost. Second is your opportunity cost. Means sometimes we cannot achieve the value by only one solution. Then we have to see that what alternatives we can put to achieve the full value. Incident management has been implemented in my department, but still I'm not getting the full value. What alternative I can use it? I'll start putting incentive. If you use ServiceNow for a month, you'll be getting 1,000 rupees extra in your payslip. See, this is what the opportunity cost. If this cost is getting increased, it means time to be retire the solution now. Then necessity. Is it actually required this? Is the solution actually needed this time now? Definitely we can evaluate this part. How many of us how many of us are using the diaries which we use to keep under our telephone, that telephone model, to record everybody's number, name? Nobody is using now because everybody is storing everything in the mobile phone. That is what is your necessity now. Do you actually need this solution? And finally, sunk is like, which is going deep now. And everybody know that it is not going to come up. So in the sunk cost, basically it defined that money and efforts which you already put it on the solution and you did not get the benefits. डूब गया. That is my sunk cost. If you're able to find out, and why the sunk cost is it, because there's sometimes there's some waste stuff in my solution. Yes, there are waste. Waste means something which is not required, but you want to prove your skill set, or might be you want to highlight something. You are putting that thing in the solution. So that is a waste. Waste which is not required, as we see, this is very general one. Waste something you put in the garbage. That is a waste only. Do you put your mobile phone, laptops in the garbage? No. You put chocolate wrapper or the candies wrapper or might be the biscuits or might be the snacks wrapper in the bin. Is the value is no more here for us. So we need to be remove the waste part. And this thing come under the sunk cost. And when you're defining these things, when you're defining the recommendations as well, you have to be or we have to be see the business objective. If business says by 2030, I want to be save 5 million USD dollar. Definitely you have to start from this only. Opportunity cost, necessity, investment cost, and the sunk cost. That is the first parameter, that is the first area which we start always. And in this concept, we can use the techniques called the data mining. Because whenever you provide the recommendation, the data is important. See the previous 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years data, and then see what benefit we received with this solution and what we can do if I remove the solution now. That is the first thing. Second, you can set up the meetings with the focus groups. Brainstorming sessions kind of we can say. We need to see that how my organization is supporting modeling. Organization modeling should be a technique. And which is what is more important is called questionnaire and surveys. Sent to the different stakeholders so that provide the data to us in the form of surveys. And in this area, everybody is my sorry not everybody. My stakeholders are customer. Who is going to be impacted the most? So show that recommendation steps to my customers, to my SMEs, to my regulators and to my sponsors, so that we can take. And again, this is the recommended action. It is not that you are going to be use every recommendation. No. With the support of the stakeholder, regulators, or compliance body or the sponsors, you take a decision that what need to be do, what not need to be do. And then you'll be getting the recommended actions. That what action, what step we as a BA need to be take along with the stakeholders to overcome these problems. Clear everybody till this point? Doubt, question, clarification. Good. Now the last slide. Requirement management, sorry, requirement lifecycle management. A little picture to be understand this particular thing. Good. Any question? Okay. So in this, as you can see quickly that what exactly the life cycle says. Step number, I'm talking about the step number 5 or 6, I guess it's a 5. That how the life cycle of a requirement work actually. So we start requirement management planning. So we have a requirement management plan complete. The first step, BA planning and monitoring part. We collaborate, and this is a simple one box. Collaborate with the different stakeholders. Can be financer, can be sponsor, can be regulator, can be IT, can be security team, UX team, UX UI team, technology team, and then elicitate the requirement, analyze it. To do analyze, you have to be reiterate again and again and again and again. Only the analysis part will be going the refinement. So here, if you see, your change management come. So from here, you're going sending the updates to the defined. From refined, it's going in the change in case anything need to be changed now. So you put formalize, document it, where you use the traceability metrics, verify, prioritize. And when you prioritize, it become a work package release. That okay, in this sprint, in this quarter, we are going to be do these things. So it is called the work package. Generally, these things used while defining or working on the SOWs, but generally in my career as of now in service now, we did not see these kind of things, work package releases. But in short, what I can say that work package release means work packages and two things, work packages and releases, that what you are going to be deliver as a part of this product and how many releases will be there. Then we validate it with the peer or the business review and then approve, not improve, approve. So there is always a baseline. When you improve, the baseline get improved, the baseline get increased. And everything is connecting with the change. In case any new change is coming, it will be again go back to refine. So either the changes will be coming after approving only, oh, approved, done, I need to make some changes. Or other changes are coming from during the planning itself. And then go for the refinement. So this is what is my requirement lifecycle management. Give me a minute, let me put the charging. Clear everybody? Doubt, question, clarification? Say yes or no. We use some techniques, right? Let me show you some techniques here as well. So how we use the accept and evaluation criteria. So generally to do this particular part, we do like this. In this box, we mention that what is the acceptance criteria, AC. And AC acceptance criteria based on the cost can be there. It can be based on the performance. It can be based on the usability. You go to the market and you want to buy something. When you buy it, when you think that it is a cost effective, it will improve your work and performance is better. This is my acceptance criteria, but on which basis, on that basis, I define my requirement. And here the requirement come. The requirement is that I want to buy a cleaning equipment so that it can clean my floor with water. And when I will accept it, when it is in my budget, it should be usable and performance is good. And then you conduct a test. So ultimately, if you see, you're not defining the requirement first. You're defining the acceptance criteria first. That what I'm looking for when I will accept this solution. You already accepted the solution that I want to be go training with Atul. After that, you're defining the requirement. And now testing it. And after this, you can say either a test is pass or test is fail. So this is one of the technique that is called acceptance evaluation criteria. And we definitely put the parameters so that we can accept it on these parameters. We see about the traceability. I'll just put in some things which is more on the pictures part. This is technique called acceptance and evaluation. Now there's a technique, balance scorecard. Balance scorecard is mainly work with 4 parameters. My finance, balance scorecard. So it work that there's no financial overburden, which align with my internal business, which provide a learning growth, and which support my customers. By the time you work in a company when you're getting a learning growth, sometimes people say, oh, come on, I'm not getting anything in the learning new in the organization now. This is a balance scorecard. You cannot build something which is over financials. You cannot go something which is not fulfilling your internal business. You cannot go for a solution which is always a learning path. Always learn. Come on, if you learn, but when you're going to be implement that, use that. And you cannot go for a solution which is having a no customer stuff in the mind. And in these 4 areas, the sub areas which matter. Number 1, what is the objective? In the finance, the main objective is the cost saving. If there is an objective, how you measure it? To measure, you have a target. And when the target, then you have to find the initiatives. So these 4 steps are applicable in all these 4 steps. So this is the balance scorecard. Then there's another technique which we use. I'm looking for a beautiful one. Brainstorming. Let me come this part. Brainstorming, everybody know, like, okay, let's sit together and think and have a discussion. But the brainstorming is mainly divided in the three areas, three domains. Brainstorming is not like that, okay, inviting everybody and say, guys, let's come together and have a tea and let's discuss on this topic. No. The first is says the preparation part. Prepare. What to prepare? Number one, in this, define area of interest. That guys, who are the people we need the people who have an interest in the L&D, learning and development. That how we can improve L&D department. Then you see, you are preparing, you're not inviting the people, you're just preparing it. So we need people who are having a interest in the L&D. Then we have to define the time, sorry. Define the time limit. That we need the inputs or we have to be close this action by this time. Inviting people. Then let's say I got 200 responses. Now I have to find out the actual participants who are going to participate in this one. And then finally we say on which basis, which parameter we say yes, this session is successful. My acceptance criteria. Now for the acceptance criteria, you can go for the acceptance and evaluation technique as well, which we just see. This is prepare. Once the preparation done, then you go for the D-Day. That is my actual session day. In this, the first part, asking people to share the idea. Also, it is not just to share the idea. There should be some facilitator who record the idea. Generally, in these sessions, it is told to the participant that you can think as wild as in your ideas. Don't worry about the cost. Don't worry about the technology. Don't worry about the feasibility. Let's put the ideas. And then you need to be finalize the idea. And now to how to finalize this idea, you have to be elicitate more. Okay, Shamila says, Atul, we can use the half API built by internal team and half API via the external vendor. Okay, good idea, good thought. Let elicitate this. Let understand this more and find out the possibility. And again, possibility, you can use the acceptance criteria. And the possibility you can use this thing, your what I can say, balanced scorecard as well. And once you get all these things, then you have to be wrap up. In the wrap up part, you have to be finally, because now you have to be close these focus group sessions. You discuss in depth and finally evaluate. Create a list. And then finally ask people to rate the idea. And communicate. And guys, we have this brainstorming session. In this brainstorming session, we got 200 ideas. We evaluate 150, and out of 150, we got 50 ideas. And these are the top 10 Now please rate. These are 10 ideas which we finalize, and now we have to be rated so that we can put the priority and move forward it. This is what is happen as a part of the brainstorming sessions. And in this, your objectives are very small. Objectives are like, my change management is getting impacted due to the incident management. How to improve that? And then we have a business capability map. This is something different. Let me click a new one. And this is called the capabilities map. Business capability analysis on map basically. So it works in a box format. Okay. This has few areas, means in this box everything is important. Let me put it as a red color. Okay. The internal portion, this one. This. Let me write. This is called outcome. ठीक है, ऐसे कर लेते हैं आउटकम. ठीक है, this is called outcome. Now to achieve this outcome, there is something that is called the risk. And how it has been put it in the risk? In this corner. Do something. I'm just putting it like this. Not sure why. Yes, this box is called risk. Means to achieve this outcome, I have these risks. And if you put one more box on the top, let's say I'm putting in the yellow color. This is called my customer value, this extra border. And on the top of this, if I put one more box, this is my business value. I know it's a little complicated to be understand this part because this is not directly, we did not use this thing directly, even though I did not use at least in my experience till now. But this is what it says, that every activity, I can say, we have these boxes. I'll share you some sample for this one in the evening. That what the exactly business capability map look like. But the boxes, this boxes indicate there is a risk. If there is a nothing, no box, it means there is a no risk. And it is not possible that there is a nothing without risk. And then also we evaluate every box in a kind of a table format like this. Do we can insert the table? Let me make a quick table. A capability map like this. We have a table and we say that if I want to achieve this outcome, what is my business value is high, medium or low? What is my customer value, high, medium or low? What is my performance gap, high, medium or low? And what is my risk, high, medium or low? Let's say I want to be implement my change management. This is my actual outcome. Risk is my people will get laid off. Customer value, full automation. Business value, improve the customer CSAT. Now these four parameters I have to be put in the table format. And then we have to put high, medium and low. Then we can evaluate that what is be coming to me on this particular part, means which is the high value, which is the low value for me. And the last one, which is called the business canvas. Again, a pictorial representation. I'll share some screenshot to you as well, guys, on the WhatsApp group so that you can understand it quickly. Business canvas model is something a big one like this. And in this, I am making a different sections. One is my the key participants has it in the canvas. I have another two things. One is my key resources and my key activities. Activities and resources. By using this two, what I'm able to achieve? I'm able to achieve value. Value proposition. Now value can be in the two sections or two ways. Via the customer channels or customer relationship or via the customer channels. And last is my customer segment. And to achieve this, if I go back here, to achieve up to this part, I have a cost structure. And from, let me put like this. And here I have a revenue. Revenue estimates, revenue streams. So now this is my complete canvas where I can see everything in a one place. That what is my key participant, how they'll be responding, what value I'm getting, what is the customer relationship and what is segment. And from where my revenue will be start after half of this. Till this time I need a cost to be estimated. This is one of the technique which we can use as a canvas in the canvas part. Doubt, question and clarification. If no doubt, no question, so let me go with a little formal way. I would like to be thanks to each one of you for your participation and giving me a chance to serve you and share my knowledge with you all. Special thanks to your family, your spouse, your kids who supported you in the midnight, early mornings, in the early day mornings, early day as well, so that you are able to attend this class without any issue. Okay, the way we started this training, the same way we will close this training now. We'll take a 10-20 second pause. Let's pray to God to whom you worship, because last 11 days little hectic for us to be work together on this journey, and thanks to the God. And then I'll take attendance and we close the session formally. Okay, let me stop the recording here and take attendance now.